Hey everybody, Drew in here. I wanted to talk to you today about the RSI Galaxy, the best new concept ship CIG has come out with in a very long time. This is the most exciting ship for IAE this year, and let's just dive right into it because there's so much to talk about. First of all, it is just the most beautiful ship we've seen in a long time. This is very reminiscent of the Perseus. It does have that top bridge fairly far forward, whereas with the Perseus it's a little bit further back. Don't have a lot of guns on this one because it's not a combat ship. We've got two twin size 5 turrets on the side. Those remote, there's one underneath the bottom as well. What's really cool about this ship, though, is that it is modular, and we have not seen this in many, many years. They've talked about modularity off and on, but the only ships that have been sold with it were really the Endeavor with its modules, the Retaliator, which had the base model, and then the torpedoes. There's a troop carrier, there's a passenger option, there's a dropship option, a lot of different modular options. And we've only heard about it once or twice. For a long time, we thought that CIG had kind of given up on modularity. There was a little back and forthing over the years, and then they started talking about it some more. The Origin 600 was also sold as a modular ship, but they sold two different variants, the Exploration and the Touring, which we've seen recently, the absolutely gorgeous reworks that are planned for those, but we probably aren't going to see those for a couple of years. But again, they've come back around to modularity, and with this ship, they've just completely clarified what their thinking is. So let's kind of roll down this page. Choose your adventure. One ship, countless adventures. The next generation chassis is built around a configurable midship space that supports interchangeable modules, empowering you and your crew to take on a wide variety of professional roles. A lot of marketing speak here. But with a 4-deck command center, an after deck that serves as a dedicated hangar or sizable cargo hold, and additional specialized modules in the works. Whatever adventure you choose, the Galaxy provides. So here's the modules. We've got one for cargo, 512 SCU, one for a med bay, one is a refinery, and then others, including manufacturing. That is incredibly exciting that CIG is reconfirming that they've mentioned recently that they're thinking about giving players manufacturing capabilities in the future. So I think I want that. I don't know what we're going to make, but very cool. So this looks like the interior of the refinery module, which we saw refining in the Expanse from MISC as a complement to the Prospector. So this is a much larger, I guess, higher capacity option. Here's the cargo bay. I love this with these giant 32 SU cargo containers. The maximum capacity is 512 SU cargo, and that's going to be 16 of these 32 SU large containers. Up at the top, we see these very cool tractor beam loading cranes, and I think that the bottom should open up here. I'm not sure how they're going to come out. I know that we see a hangar kind of lift in one of the other pictures, and then here's the medical bay, which that may also have a lift down here. Kind of hard to tell, but the doors in the back on each of these, that leads over to the hangar, so you can bring your patients in a medical Pisces, which just got released as well. So here's kind of a breakdown of the medical beds. We've got a tier 1 here, 2 tier 2s over here, 3 tier 3s over here, some other rooms, and the center section to deliver personnel from the cargo option, showing the cranes at the top, also again with a door into the back. And then this is the refinery, which has all the equipment in there. Very cool for industrial players. This is kind of a cool action shot. It's not really a combat ship, but it does have 3 dual size 5 turrets, so that's the same loadout as the Odyssey, which is a much larger ship, almost 50 meters larger. Here's the bridge. I love this bridge so much. And you've got 3 large workstations. They'll have all your MFDs and heads-up displays. This has got a huge amount of glass looking out over the front nose. Beautiful visibility from this ship. I am so excited for these RSI bridges on the Galaxy and also on the Perseus. Roll it down here into this concept art. This is the captain's quarters looking directly forward up this gallery corridor into the bridge. So very short walk right onto the main bridge level. Very easy to access. Kind of like the Carrack also has very easy access there. The 400. Always good to be able to get to the bridge from your captain's quarters. Looks like the bathroom over there on the side. Here's the crew quarters. So I think that corridor that we saw is right down into the middle here. This is in between. We'll see a cutaway here in just a minute. Looks like we've got a pool table. We've got a little mess area. Crew of 6. This is kind of a cool concept art of action of the refinery. Kind of seeing it from underneath. Loading up with the tractor beams, the ore modules from the prospectors. There's a refinery from a different angle. Beautiful shot of the hangar here in the back. So it's supposed to be an XS extra small hangar, which is to a standard metric, which should hold any like a single seat fighter. Pisces is definitely designed for this, but we're not sure how much larger a ship that you can fit in here. So if you want to take a small fighter as an escort ship, if you're doing cargo runs or something like that, not sure if a prospector is going to fit in here. And they're supposed to fit into extra small hangars, but this looks a little short. It's very hard to tell from the perspective. This is a very cool shot here. So seeing them landed, you can see that there's a lift for an Ursa rover, so that's a pretty large size lift. Not sure which module that's going to be in, if that's going to be in the cargo or in the medical. Definitely not in the refinery option. You also see personnel lift up here in the front. Off in the background, you can see a couple of people on that one, so it's a pretty good size personnel lift, which is nice. Hate those really small ones. You can see that large front dual size 5 turret. Really, really nice looking ship. I just love the angles of it. Cargo again. Here's another view of the hangar. So it is pretty tall. So perspective again, and these are again just concept art. So this is really just kind of an artist rendering of the space, but they're usually pretty good about that. So it's a pretty nice sized hangar. Looking up to the upper deck forward there. Again, bridge. And the action shot. Technical specs. So they are saying that it's 110 meters, so it's a little smaller than we thought it was going to be. From one of the images that we saw of it landed on the pad here from the inside Star Citizen, it looked like it took up most of this large landing pad, but it's a difficult perspective, so it looks like, turns out it's quite a bit smaller because these pads are about 130 meters. The Carrack just barely fits on them, kind of maxes it out. 60 meters wide, 22 meters tall, crew of 6. We've got one size 3 large shield, which seems a little light for a ship of this size. The 600, I think, has 2 size 3 shields, and it's only 92 meters. Extra small hangar again. Missiles, 2 racks of 4 size 2s. Not very much in the way of missiles. Again, your dual size 5 turrets. Very nice view here from the top, looking down. Before we get into the pricing, gonna pop over here into the layouts that we saw from inside Star Citizen. So this is a really great view of the second floor deck. And here up in the front, you can see there's actually 4 bridge stations, which it seems like there's more than the one in the concept art. So that might still be kind of up in the air, because I don't remember seeing 2 there, but we might not have been able to see one from the angle. Behind that, looks like there's some component bays. Not sure what this other room is. Here's your crew area here in the center, dining area, the pool table, corridor down the middle, all the way to the back. You see your captain's quarters. Not sure if that is shared on one side of this. I assume that you're going to get a couple of these rooms, and then forward of that, you've got at least 4 crew rooms. So this is the upper level above whatever your module is. Underneath that is the modular bay. So that's where either your cargo, your med bay, or your refinery is going to go. So that's underneath the crew decks. So it is 2 deck levels. Forward of that, it looks like these are going to be your ship components, power plants, coolers, gravity generators, etc. And then in the rear is the lower section of your hangar deck with some more component, possibly some cargo storage on the sides. And in this view, we can see the upper level with your kind of walkway around the top of the hangar deck. So not sure what's going to be in these rooms. Might be some more component access as well. Love the layout. I love getting maps. I wish they would always give us maps of anything that's larger than a single seat fighter. Like, I was real curious about the layout of the Spirit E1. So here we've got the pricing. So on our pre-configured, you can buy the freighter with cargo for $415, the hospital ship $430, the refinery $425. Those are war bond prices, and these are the your credit prices. And then here is your complete pack. So this is your war bond complete pack with all the modules with the protector paint, $530. That's actually where I thought this ship was going to be. It really pretty affordable for the size and capabilities of the ship and how modular it is. $530 with or without the paint. War bond concierge, you get the paint. $570 for store credit. That's what I'm going to be doing. Well, actually, I can't. So this is one of the things that everybody's been talking about today is the fact that you cannot CCU to any of these pre-configured ships. The modules are sold separately. So as a CCU, it's a cross-chassis upgrade. You're literally only upgrading the ship itself from whatever you're starting with. So you're going to be upgrading to the either war bond to the $350 base ship. That protector paint looks really good. I wish I had even more paints, but the standard paint looks great too. I like the black with the blue trims. So $380, that's your credit. Standalone ship with no modules, so that's what you could CC up to with just credit, and then you'd have to pick up any of the modules individually down here. So the cargo module, in addition to whichever of these that you get, that's going to be $70, a med bay for $90, a refiner module for $80. Looks like all of our options there. And then you can buy the paint by itself for $13 if you go with the credit option and you want to have that paint. So I like it. I'm definitely picking one up. I've got a CCU chain already worked out. Check out the CCU game. It's a great way to save money and use your credits. Very excited. Tell me in the comments below if you are thinking about getting this ship, if you think it's well priced, overpriced, underpriced. When do you think we're going to see this? Right now, we know that we've got exterior art. We have interior white box in concept. So it's probably going to be at least a year, if not 2 years, before we see the ship. But very normal for concepts, especially larger size ships. I think the fastest large ship that we saw was the Hammerhead, and that came out in about 6 to 9 months. And that's because they had a complete art library of all the corridors and rooms and floors, walls, all that sort of thing. It makes it much faster to build. You know, I've got a big controversy about how long concept ships take. I think I'm going to do a video about that here soon, just because it's so much misunderstanding of the ship pipeline, how CIG builds ships, what all is involved, planning, how they prioritize different things. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and click that bell if you want to be notified of future content. I'm definitely going to be making more videos now. Finally, I've been promising it for a long time, but this year has been really upside down. So we'll see you around the verse.